Hi.
Thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview. First and foremost, brilliant web series, very brave, got a lot of shock value, and not even for a moment did we blink. The excitement doesn't trip at all. Tell me, what is your idea of Guns and Thighs? What is your vision of Guns and Thighs?
See, by the time I came to Mumbai, that was just, 97. I used to operate from Hyderabad pretty much till that time. I was fascinated with the city, like the slums, the trains and everything, and the culture of Mumbai. Like it's such diversity in terms of extremely rich and poor people live side to side, blah blah blah. And then over the years, though I made Satya and Company, the number of interactions I had with cops, encountered cops, gangsters, ex-gangsters, middlemen who kind of deal with them, not directly, they're criminal, but they kind of facilitate, they kind of communicate, things like that. And the amount of the wealth of knowledge I've actually acquired, I felt was never really used.
Oh.
One is in content, very little of it I put in some films here and there.
Okay.
And second, more importantly, in the way it is said. Like for example, if I heard a lot of tapes in the police records when they tape a conversation between in an extortion call or X or Y, whatever it is, and it's impossible for me to put that in a film.
Correct.
I always had this thing, but then recently when I discovered Narcos and when I saw some web series, Homeland and all that, I realized that this is the platform where I can tell that story what I know,
Right.
which I can never tell in a feature film.
Right. In the most uninhibited.
Uninhibited.
Okay.
And second point for me is the fact that, you see, look at 95 to 2005 was the most tumultuous period in the history of Mumbai, where
Right.
the underworld, Bollywood and the political cop nexus is concerned. That I think is phenomenal,
Correct.
And I wanted to capture that period primarily, but since all of them had their roots starting from Haji Mastan to Karim Lala to Vardhabai Madhalyar, somewhere or other, all the 80s emergence of Dawood Ibrahim, the killing of Bada Rajan and all that. So obviously from 95 to 2005 is a focus, but there'll be a lot of flashbacks of these characters coming in and going out. So I want Guns and Thighs to be the ultimate documentation of what happened, what the relationship with the Bombay underbelly.
Right. So why do you think power and sex make for great bedfellows?
I think, you see, power and sex are the two primary motivating factors of any, because their nature. Eventually, before religion or a society or a morality came in, the primary natural factors which motivate any life form, I think, is power and sex. So when the society gets structured, all these rules, most of the people are like they're like sheep. They can be structured. But the people in the higher up, like the kings, the politicians, and top cops and top underworld guys, where they're still acting as individuals with a slightly feudalistic mindset. I think they get a lot affected with both power and sex, which is the reason why we keep on saying that wars have been fought for women. What does that mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. For power, for acquiring property and for acquiring women, that I think is one of the main primary drivers in terms of that. So I wanted Guns and Thighs to be a synonym for the effect of power and sex on its effect on the politics of crime.
Right. Very well said, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how bold is this series according to you?
I don't know, bold is a very, vague word, generic word. I don't think, I would say, I'm being very sincere and I'm
Correct.
being very honest to what it should indicate, what it should say, which is what actually.
Right. So from the scenes that we saw, the nudes are very aesthetically shot. Not even for a moment did we see that we are seeing something vulgar. So how did you make sure as a filmmaker that the line was never overstepped?
I feel that comes from an intensity.
Okay.
I think first of all, there's no such thing as vulgar or dirty.
Oh,
it is in the minds of the people when you perceive.
Correct.
If it is coming for, I think intensity is the right word, I would say, because intensity is nothing but an extreme focus on something. Like for example, let us say, I'm just giving an example. Kate Winslet, the star of Titanic.
Right.
If she's having an affair with a boy half her age, and this is full nude scenes.
Correct.
Because the nudity is there is being used to make a point, and
Right.
she gets an Oscar. I mean, I think that is what the point one has to understand. If you as a regressive culture are nude human.
Correct.
You know? For example, that profane language which the inspector uses in the trailer,
Absolutely.
I think it's very important thing because the logic he gives. There's
Correction
only
will be
way
there,
I
yeah.
can actually scare him is because of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you spoke about Kate Winslet, but do you think A-list Indian actresses would be ready to do sequences that would require new?
See, first of all, I don't think we can categorize people.
Okay.
Eventually, it's about degrees, and we,
Okay.
we could have been. I mean, the same. What extent is too much? How the hell are they? Who's going to make that thing? You know, like somebody can say, "I won't wear a bikini. I'm okay with a short skirt." Somebody else might say something else. I'll wear jeans, but not even a short skirt. I'll wear a skirt below. I think that is an individual's way of doing it. But at the end of the day, I think then, if, as a filmmaker, when I talk to an actor, I say, this is the effect I want to reach. This effect I want to create. And then I will explain clearly
Right.
what could be this, and then there's a choice to make for the actor.
Actor to decide.
Yeah.
But do you think sex is still a taboo for most Indians?
Outwardly, yes.
Okay.
Hypocritically, yes. Yeah,
Hypocritically,
yeah.
yes. So finally, I asked this question in the press conference. I mean, I would like you to answer it again. How do you see the digital space opening up for web series, and
See,
what are your
digital-
plans
yeah,
for?
digital space? I feel is going to be the future. I have no doubts about it because it is going to be because, like I already mentioned, in terms of how much you can explore a story and not to have restrictions, and doing it on a one-to-one level with somebody, like
Okay.
a captive viewer.
Okay.
He's coming on appointment. He knows exactly what you're going to show or tell. I think that kind of a one-to-one freedom between the filmmaker and the viewer, you can never get it in a big screen.
Okay, and what kind of content will work on the digital space?
Anything.
Anything.
I think anything will work.
Okay. Thank you so much, very much, sir. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, and all the best for the series. Sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.